Chapter 5. We walked over to the paddock. When Nick caught sight of us and waved, something about his demeanour changed. It was like he softened, or shrank, or something. His smile widened, his stance relaxed, and he even seemed younger. Weird. "How did you get on?" he called as we got to the fence. "Awesome," Will said. "The wristbands got us in everywhere. Thanks for that." "Oh, it was nothing. Easy, girl." Nick put out a hand to hold a curious reindeer back by the harness. She was bigger than I'd expected, like a woolly horse with antlers and jingling bells strapped firmly over her huge back and sides. Her large head nudged forward, sniffing at me and Will. She seemed very strong, but even though she was straining to reach us on her massive legs, Nick was only holding her harness with one hand. It didn't seem to be much effort for him to restrain her. "Hello," Will said, raising a hand to pat the reindeer, then hesitated. "Does she bite?" "Not children," Nick said, keeping hold of the animal's harness as Will patted her on the fluffy nose. She snuffled into his hands, searching for scratches. Her grey and brown fur was thick and woolly, wiry like a worn-out scrubbing brush. Her dark eyes shone with a deep intelligence, and I wondered if you could have reindeer as pets. I noticed this one had a name tag, Lightning. "Are they all girls?" I asked, starting to count them. "Yes," Nick said. "You can tell because they've still got their antlers. The boys lose theirs in the winter, so if you see a reindeer with antlers at Christmas, it's a girl." So Santa's reindeers are all girls, I thought. Lightning butted my hand, making me jump. She was a bit scary being so big, but I gave her a little stroke anyway. "I've got to pack my stuff away," Nick said, indicating a wheelbarrow and bags of feed in the field, "and then we'll see what's occurring with your mum." 8, I whispered as Nick walked away. "What's that?" Will asked. "There's 8 reindeer, just like in the song." I tried to remember. "You remember the names of all the reindeer? Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and so on?" "I think the farm probably got 8 reindeer for that exact reason," Will sighed, "to make people think of the song. Doesn't mean they're actually Santa's reindeer. Besides, I don't remember a reindeer called Lightning being mentioned, or Starlet." This was true. I watched Nick load up his wheelbarrow for a moment, then looked around. The paddock was surrounded by lovely decorations that almost hid the industrial-looking barns and sheds. It would probably look extra magical in the dark when the lights were glowing. "Look at that!" I pulled Will's sleeve and pointed at a small door on the side of one of the sheds. The shed itself was an especially large one with a huge garage-style door you could have driven a bus through, in addition to the people-sized one. The whole thing was painted a jolly red, and there was a beautiful Christmas wreath on the small door. "Look at what? The wreath?" Will asked, sounding unimpressed. "Not that," I replied. "Come on." I pulled him away from Lightning and down the slope towards the shed. Inside the wreath was a bright yellow sign which said, "Access prohibited." "Look," I pointed at the sign. Will gave me a withering look. "Harper, this is a farm. It's probably a shed full of machinery that's specially designed to slice off arms and legs if you don't know what you're doing. Or it's Santa's secret storage for his list and stuff." I tried the door. Locked. "You're breaking and entering now, are you?" Will put his hands on his hips. "You've lost it." "I'm just trying to find